All right. Do you think the seltzer you just had alcohol in it? Denny's is holding up the no. Jbird is holding up the yes. Virginia, if you would grab their cups, because obviously one of them is going to get a bath here because one was incorrect. The correct answer is no. Wow, that was solid.
Oh, what up my nose?
That was solid. Okay.
I don't know who says I'm dramatic, but I'm just dramatic.
Yeah.
They're really cold.
Ooh.
It's good. You want them cold.
I did not expect that to hurt.
At least I didn't ice them, y'all. I mean, I think I went nice.
Oh, you threw that right up my nose hole.
It's a big drink.
Yeah.
Broadcasting from the offleaseonly.com studios. Offleaseonly.com. Open daily 10 to 8. Now offering free local delivery and no payments for 90 days. Save thousands. Offleaseonly.com. This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Well, happy Monday. It's hard to get started on a Monday. But we're in it together, right?
I am sort of here with you. I had a terrible, terrible toothache last night. My wisdom teeth. I never got them taken out.
Oh no!
So every now and then, the back ones will start killing me. And last night, right around 7 p.m., I was getting the worst toothache, and it did affect my sleep. I need to get these things taken out.
You do need to probably get them out, especially if they're bothering you. They say, like, if they don't bother you, then just leave them in. Who cares? But if they do bother you, it can lead to, like, lots of infection and yucky.
Yeah, I mean, they don't usually bother me. That's why it was kind of tough. And I also hear, though, getting your wisdom taken out as an adult is miserable.
I did it when I was 19, and I did all 4 of them at once. And I just remember it sucking.
I know.
It sucked.
I know a lot of people have it.
But it's a great diet if you're looking to turn things around from the 15 pounds you put on in quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom tooth removal thing is great for that because
You ain't chewing.
You're not chewing like any hard stuff. You're supposed to be just like kind of eating ice chips and anything
Or
like
you think that, and then you're like going, you know what, I think I'll just have milkshakes. And then you start having 10 of those a day. And you're like going, how'd I put on weight during...
Can I eat a pork chop milkshake?
Well, we've learned you can order milkshakes through the delivery system.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so it could happen. Well, here we go, back at it on a Monday. Hopefully you guys had an amazing weekend. Everything was all good for y'all.
Pretty mellow. I liked it. I don't think I moved my car. I parked it on Friday and did not get in it until this morning.
We're kind of the same way. Yeah, that's kind of it. I know that some people were getting out. I was talking to my doctor, or my daughter, not my doctor. I haven't talked to my doctor in a while. So I was talking to my daughter. She was out, I think, on Saturday. She went to go see what was going on the Ave in Delray, and she said it was packed.
Really?
Hour wait to get in any place.
Oh, my.
Hour wait?
Hour wait if you want to try to get in anywhere on the Ave on Saturday.
They doing the whole half capacity kind of a thing?
I asked her that. She's like, they actually look pretty full. So I don't know. They were supposed to. In fact, I don't even think half capacity goes until today.
Today, yeah. Yesterday and Saturday, it should have been 25%.
Right.
Technically speaking,
but I don't know. I mean, that's just her eyeballing it, and I'm not sure how aware she was. She's like, people are cool, so, you know.
Well, technically speaking, they're not supposed to be having a spring break on the sandbar, but my poor panda got all upset yesterday driving by the sandbar in Tequesta. He said it looked like spring break.
My daughter was at Lake Boca yesterday. She said it was packed. So
you knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You did, but it's hard to see if
so
you're
people are out. Yeah,
if you're a person that's set one way, it's hard to see.
Well, so what happens if, like, in 3 weeks from now, and I'm just projecting here, if everyone's doing what they're doing right now, and it seems like it's not going up or anything, does that mean, in a sense, we have a handle on COVID? If everyone's out, it's not it's not exploding.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it doesn't go up, if it keeps going down, then that's good.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, that's ultimately what you want.
I know it's good.
Yeah.
But does that mean
it's not great? Because, I mean, if it doesn't completely stop and you don't have people like completely not dying from it, that's great. If a few people are still dying from it,
I just feel like Georgia.
good.
I feel like Georgia's been doing their thing for what, a couple weeks now.
I think they're 3 weeks into it.
and they're bragging.
Are their numbers gone? Like, are they steady off, or what's going on?
Supposedly they've been on a decline. That's what I'm hearing. But again, I mean, you don't know where you're getting your information from. And I've heard that most of the places that reopened are on a decline, except for Texas.
Okay.
They reopened some stuff and they had an incline or
Increase.
An
An incline.
Whatever you call it.
And the scary part is
There's an incline.
I get my news from the KVJ show.
But I don't know if that's true. Again, there's different people saying different things. I mean, you can only do what's in your heart.
Well, that's where the numbers are so all over the place, and you don't really know. You even look at what we're doing, and just kind of give you an idea of what is going on here. Is just over the weekend, there were several different reports that had come out. Yahoo News did a report citing a federal document that appeared to contradict Florida data that had come out.
What?
But Yahoo News is literally the worst. They're rough, man.
Exactly, and that's just it. Is a lot of people are saying, it's Yahoo, who cares? And that was pretty much it. And I mean, it says it in their name. This is Yahoo.
I mean,
so
they're one of the worst publications. They're pretty rough.
yeah, it said that Palm Beach County reported a 71% increase in new cases in the last 7 days compared to the previous 7 days.
Increase?
Yes, 71% increase. That was Yahoo News that came out with that.
Is that an incline?
That's an incline.
Damn it. It's not what we want to hear, but do we believe Yahoo?
I get that I'm not the greatest speller. I understand that, but I don't claim to be a news organization. They are the worst at spelling and grammatical errors. They're pretty rough.
Then there was some state data that showed a 20.7% increase in cases in Palm Beach County in the week preceding May 12th. And then the week before that, from April 28th to May 5th, saw a 17.8% increase in cases in the county. So if you go to the following week, there was, a greater number from the week after that.
That's again Yahoo.
No, this is state data. So those are the two contradicting. Yeah, Yahoo is just way over the top, and people are like going, it's Yahoo. So they were asking some Palm Beach County leaders, and they're like, yeah, we didn't even look at the Yahoo News. We don't know what they're saying, but that was their thing. They cited 3 counties in the entire country, and Palm Beach was one of the 3. They said, look out, it's on fire. It's burning down. So they said that they put more weight on declining positivity rates versus new cases. So that's what they're looking at, because there were some critical pieces saying that Palm Beach County had met all the federal guidelines for reopening when it did. So that's the question. So we'll really keep an eye on. The question is what numbers, because everybody's looking at a different set of data. They're not just looking at new cases. They're looking at the increase versus testing and positivity. So you don't really know. Everybody's going to have their own spin on it.
Isn't the increase the same as new cases?
Well, they've got just different metrics that they're using. There's different things
Kevin,
you can look at.
You're giving me a Monday headache.
Well, that's just it. People can easily spin people around. You don't know what to do. So that's why just doing what you feel is right is the best thing that you can do. Is if you are still freaked out by everything, just don't leave your house, social distance from everybody, and do all you can to stay away from it.
Listen to your heart.
Yeah. So there you go, because everybody's going to find their own data, and they're going to use it against themselves. So, yeah, there's a lot of interesting things that are happening with the reopening, and you're going to see more stuff starting to reopen today with beaches, and then you thought maybe gyms. But that's the fun thing that's going on in Broward County. Broward County said no gyms opening up. Fort Lauderdale said, yes, we are.
Oh, no.
They have a massive fight that they think is going to end up in a court battle.
Is it Fort Lauderdale and Broward?
Yes.
That they're like, yeah.
Yes. And that's it. They think it's going to wind up in court today.
Oh,
because Fort
my.
Lauderdale said our gyms are opening up, and Broward is saying we're sending the sheriff out to shut you down.
Oh, my.
Fort Lauderdale saying, no, you don't. We're going to open up. And, yeah, so if you're going to the gym today, you might see something entertaining in Fort Lauderdale.
I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. So that's just kind of some of the stuff that's going on. That's how crazy of a world it is today.
It is crazy out there, y'all.
Yeah.
Be careful.
So
Don't get yourself in an altercation. It's not worth it.
You may be going to get some buys and tries, and you might get stopped. Is that what they're saying?
They're saying it's possible that Broward County might send sheriffs out to gyms today in Fort Lauderdale and force them to close.
Holy
So
moly.
that means if the guy or a girl's walking into the gym and the cops don't go in the gym and they still go in there, they can technically arrest them, right?
Well, that'll be the battle because Fort Lauderdale's saying you can't do that. We have the right to decide if we want to open or not.
But are they going for patrons or would they go for the owner?
Probably go mainly for the owner first, and they would just, try to probably, chain the doors or something so they can't open up.
That's probably got to sting too for the police officers. That they don't deep down want to do that.
Yeah, caught in the middle of this.
Well, yeah, they're caught in the middle now.
I know a lot of cops work out, so that's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, what if you're a cop that has to arrest the owner of the gym where you go?
It's tough, man.
It could happen.
You're going to have to switch gyms.
Well, to let you know, I don't think a lot of people are going to be going out to gyms. It's really the most diehard. I asked on a Twitter poll last night on our Twitter, and 7% of people said they plan on going to a gym today. 47% said they would work out, but not at a gym. And then 46% said, I ain't working out anywhere.
So they would work out, but not at a gym. Mean they work out at home?
Yeah, or do
right.
something else that's different. There's many other ways to still get your workout going.
There's such an annoying couple that live near me, and they are so in shape, and all they do is exercise together. And they have beat COVID. They come out of this thing looking amazing.
Yeah.
Somehow they're tan and ripped. I don't know what they've done.
Some people have.
Yeah.
They got more time and they put it into investing in themselves.
I mean, I know what they've done. They actually have eaten good, and they went outside and ran.
The opposite of what we did.
Yeah, I got tail and
I
fat.
ate everything and haven't seen the sun.
I mean, all my fat pants are starting to fit real good.
That's bad. When your fat pants are like, ooh, these are too tight.
And my tan is gone. I lead the league in farmer's tan again. What's happened?
So there you go. So that's the latest on the insanity that is happening today. Any comments you ever want to throw at us, you can. 877-979-WRMF.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Because we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in just a second in your Dirt of the Day, it looks like we have a lot of NFL players getting in trouble. I don't know if you saw over the weekend, like many different arrests of many different players. What are these guys all squirrely because they're maybe not practicing like they want to be and they're just turning to a life of crime instead? I'll give you the rundown coming up in a second. Before we get into that, it looks like Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green have called it quits again.
No.
She was spotted over the weekend hanging out with Machine Gun Kelly, driving around looking a little cozy in his Aston Martin.
Okay.
I'm sure they're just hanging out.
Well, they're in a movie together. And they say that happens. Like, if you're in a movie with somebody, like, a lot of times they really get into it and end up falling in love. But then after the movie's over, the love's over.
I'm totally kidding. I think they're definitely hooking up.
Brian Austin Green shared a picture on his Twitter on Saturday of this butterfly sitting on a flower. And he wrote, "Eventually, butterflies get bored sitting on a flower too long. They start to feel smothered. It's a great big world, and they want to experience it."
He is going through
He
it.
is going through it, y'all. And yeah, looks like that is over again. It looks like American Idol got together and did a We Are the World.
Yeah, was it the finale? I thought they crowned somebody the
Yeah,
winner.
it was the finale.
Okay.
They crowned the winner, and then they gave us all this musical snack.
Okay, there you go.
You talk about how everyone's like trying to over-sing with everybody there. I was
Yeah.
watching an old clip from Live Aid, and they have all the musicians on stage, and they're singing that "Feed the World." And everyone is just trying to it was like an extra clip I had never seen before.
It is, yeah.
But it's just so funny to see everyone trying to outdo each other.
Oh, yeah? Well, watch this.
And finally here, lots of NFL players got in trouble over the weekend. DeAndre Baker and Quinton Dunbar, right here in South Florida, are accused of committing armed robbery and stealing money and watches during an illegal dice game. The New York Giant cornerback and Seattle Seahawk cornerback turned themselves into cops and were released on bond. Wow, okay. Corey Latimer of the Washington Redskins is facing 5 charges, including illegal discharge of a firearm following his arrest in Denver on Saturday. And the Buffalo Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver got himself arrested on Saturday for a DUI, and whoopsie, they found an illegal gun in his truck.
Whoops.
Wow. These NFL players are bored, y'all. We got to get them back playing so they don't all go to jail.
Well, the good news is the Dolphins open up their facilities to players tomorrow. So
you
just got to make it one more day.
One more day, guys.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Want to find the KVJ Show on social media? Just search KVJ Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Simple, huh?
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about today, Jbird?
All right, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest of the jerk level, where does this rank? When you are at somewhere, at a red light, in my case, I was in a drive-through line, where somebody pulls up and they have their stereo blasting, their windows are down, to the point where you can't hear anything around, because my order got messed up completely because I couldn't hear what was going on. It was to the point where everything around you, including the signs at the fast food place, were shaking. You couldn't hear anything, and they wouldn't turn it down. 1 to 5, what's your level of, are they a jerk?
5.
I think you're 5 if you do that. You don't care about anyone else but you and your song.
I'm surprised the establishment didn't tell them, turn it down or you got to go.
They did not at all. That didn't happen. Well, they were behind, so see what I'm saying? It's blasting, you're trying to hear, and there tons of bass. I was just saying, am I old and complaining like, oh, turn down your music? Or do I have a legitimate complaint saying, to the point where you can't hear anything, where the bass is shaking?
You can be both. You can be old
and right.
Right.
Okay.
And annoyed. I mean, if you're trying to make an order and the sign is shaking, we got a problem.
Well, is music even that enjoyable when it's that loud? Where your car is vibrating to the point things are like falling and shaking around you.
It is, Boomer. But besides that, they should care about the people in line trying to make a food order. Like, come on.
I don't know. That's just what I noticed.
Did they turn it down when they went to order? Of course.
It would appear so, but yeah, but it was
Otherwise, that's going to be a long order. What? Huh? You want what?
That's all I got, me being old.
This just in.
It's just in. I'm officially real old.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, this is a PSA why you shouldn't order food after you finish up the KVJ happy hour on Friday.
Okay.
So we finished our little happy hour, and Panda wanted ribs. And I was like, yeah, I got a mean buzz. I'd love some ribs. Let's get some ribs. So I got on my phone, and, you know, PA Barbecue is pretty close to our house. It's like literally a 10-minute drive.
Okay, so you did not go through the food app.
Well, I went on my phone, and I ordered from the restaurant, and then Panda just drove to go pick it up. I stayed home.
Perfect.
It's cheaper that way.
It's cheaper, and you're going to get your stuff right.
And he likes getting out of the house, too. Remember, he's been working from home, so any kind of excuse he can get to go on a mini field trip, he loves it. So he goes on this mini field trip, and then I go for a walk around the block. I end up seeing somebody. We talk like 6 feet apart for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, my phone starts blowing up, and it's Panda. And he's like, there's no order here at PA Barbecue. What did you do?
What did you do? How dare you ruin dinner?
So he's talking to the PA Barbecue guy, and the guy's laughing about it because he's like, yeah, you know, my wife's a little intoxicated, and she ordered all these ribs, but now we don't know where in the universe this order of ribs is gone. I looked on my bank account. Yep, sure enough, they deducted the money. So I'm like, where the hell did I order this ribs from? Right about that same time that Panda is reordering the ribs at PA Barbecue, because he's standing there putting in the whole order again. Mags calls. She goes, Mom, Grubhub is here. They're dropping off all these ribs.
You did it to the delivery service.
I did it through Grubhub.
You did it.
Somehow.
Oh, man.
So, y'all, we had so much ribs over the weekend. We ate ribs on Friday. I ate leftover ribs on Saturday. I had more ribs again on Sunday. We had triple ribs.
Well, sometimes you got to go triple.
Yeah, the diet starts today.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you. I'm serious. It's starting. It's today.
I am so serious.
I'm done with the food delivery service. Never again. I've been burned too many. My last 7 orders have all been wrong. Done with them. Done. They're dead to me. Dead to me.
At least you're owning the mistakes and saying that you're done.
I am.
I fought with everybody on Friday. No, I didn't. I did.
It's gonna take a long time, and I say that now. It's easy to say on a Monday, 6 o'clock. I'm never using the food delivery service again, but I think I am.
We got to make changes.
I'm making changes.
I love it. It's kind of like this love-hate relationship you got going on with delivery.
It's terrible. I'm not kidding. The last 7 orders have all been wrong and horrifically wrong. And you complain and they don't care. They do not care.
Well, what I got on my mind today, I watched a couple cool things over the weekend. I told you I was going to go into this watching The Wrong Missy on Netflix. It was one of the movies there. It is an Adam Sandler, Happy Madison production with David Spade is in it. And it was very good. A couple laugh-out-loud funny moments. I thought it was great. I would definitely give it a B to a B+. Without a doubt, really good. Lauren Lapkus, I hadn't really ever seen her or heard of her, but she was in it. She's kind of the comedic lead in it, and she was very good. So it was a very funny movie. I definitely recommend it. And there was a big cameo moment with Vanilla Ice. So he's in the movie as well.
He's kind of like a regular actor now.
Well, he's now into the Adam Sandler crew, where Adam Sandler always uses the same people. You know, that one guy with the googly eyes, Rob Schneider, of course, is in it. And so he's got his usual crew.
His SNL boys.
Yeah. So he's very loyal to the same people. So Vanilla Ice is now in that circle. So he pops up in almost all of his movies. And then I also watched Scoob, which was a straight-to streaming animated movie with Scooby-Doo, and it was good. So we watched it with the entire family, so it was fun. And there was a name drop for Palm Beach in that as well, so kind of cool. And kind of went back. If you remember, because I was a kid, I grew up on Hanna-Barbera, and so there's kind of like these little shout-outs to, do you remember the Blue Falcon? It was this superhero character in the Hanna-Barbera world, and he had Dino Mutt was his dog.
I really don't.
Wow, okay. That's even before your time. So, yeah, as a kid, they had that. So they had a couple shout-outs to the old Hanna-Barbera characters. So it was all good. So if you're looking for something to watch, comedy-wise, The Wrong Missy was good. If you need a kid's animated movie, Scoob was pretty decent as well this weekend. Well, what do you think are the most common nightmares that people have?
Naked at school or at your job.
Okay.
Being chased by a murderer.
Okay.
Armageddon.
Okay.
And having a loved one die.
Okay, these are your biggest, you would say, or are they just the ones you think people would have?
These are the ones plaguing me at night.
Okay.
Don't forget falling.
Falling is a big one, too.
Falling is a weird one, man.
Falling is right near the top. Being attacked, like you had said, is right up there. Dying or having a loved one die is also in the top 10 of the most common nightmares people are having. They say being chased is one of the top ones.
That is the number one dream or night terror I have. No matter what's going on, somebody or something is chasing me. I'm always on the move, looking over my back. Mm-hmm. In every dream, whether it's a good or bad dream.
Weirdest thing for me is a lot of my, and I don't know if I'd call them nightmares, but probably the scariest dreams I ever have, the ones I dislike the most, is I have a deadline to get somewhere, and as I'm trying to get there, either I am lost and I can't find the way, or I'm running and it's like running in like waist-high mud.
Yep.
And I'm like, why am I this slow? And you're trying to get going, and it's just like you are running in concrete block shoes.
The other one, I have a ton, and I agree with that, the running slow. I always have a dream where I've lost a tooth, or I'm missing a tooth, or it's loose, or it's they're falling out.
And you're having teeth problems.
But without any of that, I've always had this kind of dreams where I can't find a tooth, or it's fallen out.
Yeah. They say that those are typically associated with feelings of powerlessness and loss of control. That's what that means.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Revelation.
Deep. Right?
What am I out of control with, Virginia? Am I drinking? Am I eating? Some other stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, the one that I talked about, running late for something, is one of the top most common nightmares. Being lost or trapped is also up there. And being left by your significant other.
Dang.
Those are the ones that get people the most.
I had the most vivid dream last night that I was on a girls' trip to Italy with a bunch of my girlfriends, and my one girlfriend was trying to hook up, and she's married, and it was like this whole thing. I woke up and I was like, I can't believe she did that. Oh, wait, it wasn't real.
I had such a detailed dream that the ocean was on fire, and it was horrifying. No one knew why. You'd go to, people were fishing, and their poles were melting. It was intense, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff, and I think this might be part of it too. Panchita in the chat room said that, this virus has been giving me apocalyptic dreams.
Oh, yeah, the old Armageddon dream.
When you're bored, you're going to dream more vividly, they say.
Well, you're also, too, reading and listening to stuff that's going to manifest into like an Armageddon-type dream. Your COVID, pandemic.
I think whatever you take to bed with you, it continues on in your dreams. So if you're relaxed and things are going great, I think likely you're on the end that you're maybe going to have a better night of sleep. Whereas if you take something bad with you to bed, because a lot of times dreams are you just working out things happening in your own regular life. That seems like that would make sense to me.
I don't know, man. Sometimes the dream man wants to kind of get in there and kind of mess around with you. Even if you go into...
You're a case study, though, in bad dreams.
Yes.
You've been doing this for a while.
I really do think I would be a case study.
Long before COVID, you had some twisted nightmares.
I wish I could record them for you.
I don't. I don't want to see that.
Do you ever have good dreams?
Yes, I do.
No, I mean Jbird.
If I do, I don't remember them. And I have nightmares every single night.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm saying, last night, or at least during part of my sleep, I had a very intense dream that the ocean was on fire and nobody knew why, and then Armageddon's coming, like I think Caitlin said in our chat room.
If you're fishing, though, and the ocean's on fire, you do save a step when it comes to cooking the fish.
Well, I wasn't even the one fishing. I looked over, and the guy was fishing, and his fishing pole was on fire. I'm like, what's happening?
Did he seem alarmed by it?
Yes.
He was alarmed that his fishing pole's on fire.
Everybody in my dream was alarmed by the ocean being on fire. Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's much like a dream, or like a movie. It's much like a movie where it's kind of edited that way.
Okay.
Where you know that you're in some intense kind of Armageddon thing, and it kind of jumps from scene to scene.
Is there a resolution to it?
I usually just wake up.
And that's it, huh?
You don't even get to eat the cooked fish?
No, man. No, I never.
You don't like fish.
I never get the end, the good ending. No, that don't happen in the mind of Bird.
Yeah, never.
That's in dream
Wouldn't it
state.
be terrible? Could you imagine that if all movies were like Jbird's nightmares and you never had a good ending, and the movie just ends?
It just ends with people screaming with the ocean on fire,
and then it's just over. And it says, you're like, wait a minute, there's no conclusion. That's just, it was horrific, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this sucks. The end.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
That would be Life with the Bird, huh? Just a few birthdays today to talk about here. Got a birthday, somebody that you might know and love. Tina Fey is turning 50 today. Would you say that she is A or B level comedic talent?
I think she'd be considered A.
A,
with
definitely.
her resume and what
Yeah.
she's done. I think she, even with amongst her peers, she'd be considered that.
I think so too. I would think she's got to be pretty high up there. Also, Jack Johnson, if you like your beach rock, he's turning 45 today. So there you go, just a couple birthdays.
I like him.
Peaceful.
He is. It's happy-go-lucky kind of music, isn't it?
It's good Sunday morning music.
Yes.
Yeah, it is some really good stuff. So there you go.
Spend your early mornings watching the KVJ Show on YouTube. Just search KVJ Show and put our questionable faces up on that flat screen. 87.9 WRMF.
Boy, it is getting hot out there again. Yesterday, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, it's back to the short pants and the flip-flops, I believe. It's not the kind of thing where I want to be caught midday in like regular shoes and jeans. So what we're going to do to kind of welcome in the rainy season and the humidity and the heat that we got here in South Florida, we're going to play a round of sudden death here today. And the person who draws the lowest card is going to be given a treat, a popsicle. Yay. I actually saw a recipe for a popsicle that was on Facebook the end of last week. It is a recipe for a baked bean popsicle. Ooh. Yeah.
Ugh, that's right.
So Virginia took a can of baked beans and poured it into a mold, froze it, and the person who draws the lowest playing card is going to eat the baked bean popsicle.
We have to eat the whole thing?
Yep.
Gosh.
Yep.
I made these over the weekend, and I just wanted to test them out first.
Yeah.
But I used Rocco's popsicle molds that we have for him, so he gets all excited.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't care what comes out of the popsicle mold. He knows it's going to be good.
Right.
So I let him sample one, and he was so mad at me. Just making all kinds of...
It's tough. All right, we got everybody drawing their cards here. Okay.
I don't feel so good already today.
Yeah.
I ate too late last night. I already feel I got a food hangover.
What did you eat last night?
Oh, I don't want to get into it. Because the order was just complete. It was awful.
What, it was late?
It was late. It was wrong. They forgot cheese. They added, I swear they added 3 cups of mayo on my sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
It was gnarly.
So you got a sandwich?
I powered through it.
Okay.
And didn't feel so, it was rough.
What kind of sandwich you get?
A burger.
Oh, okay.
A veggie burger.
Okay. All right. Sounds delicious.
Yeah, I was trying to be healthy.
Okay.
And just so you know, I made a few popsicles. I didn't know how you were going to play this all out, but, I've got plenty for anybody else. There's no need for want on this show.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yay.
Yay.
Whole popsicle.
All right. Let's see what we got here as far as our playing cards today in sudden death. Looking for the lowest. I got an 8.
Oh, gosh.
It's a good card.
Starting out with it. It's okay.
It's a good card.
Okay. Virginia, what did you draw over there?
I don't know. Do Denny's first.
Oh, gosh.
How
please.
dare you tell the Kevin Austin how to run his own game?
All right.
Gosh, I hope it's higher than 8.
7.
Oh, geez. Okay. Rats.
Rats
Okay.
indeed.
Virginia, who goes next?
Jbird.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Wow. Okay. Denny's is off the hook. I'm off the hook. Jbird is now on the hook.
I don't want a bean popsicle, man. I don't want a bean popsicle.
But you love beans.
I do, from Kenny Rogers when they're warm. You know what you got. That's why you're being optimistic. I hate it. Oh, I hate it.
I don't know. Maybe Virginia set herself up.
No, I hate it. She wouldn't be this happy. Oh, you love beans. You know what you
I
got.
don't know. Maybe
I do
Virginia.
know what I got.
Virginia, what did you get?
It's not good. I got a 2.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Virginia gets the baked bean popsicle.
Damn it. I know how gross these things are.
I'm so
I
happy.
made
Wow.
them.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. How about
Man,
that, huh?
It worked out.
Yes.
It never works out.
This only works during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Only during the pandemic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Virginia's going to dial up that baked bean popsicle.
Oh, that looks rough.
Whoa.
Oh, it's so
look at that
salty.
thing.
You have to eat the whole thing.
You sure you don't want just a lick?
In solidarity, I'll give you a lick. Oh. I would have gotten sick.
That's black bean? Is that black bean or baked bean?
These are black baked beans.
Okay.
So I baked them real good. And it was a beautiful, beautiful sauce that's in them.
It's terrible. You have to try this, Kevin.
Oh, that looks gnarly.
I do have enough if you want.
I'll take a
lick.
try, yeah, to see how bad it is.
Oh, these things are so hard to get out of the mold.
Those are fun though. I used to love those things as a kid.
Rocco loves it.
Yeah,
I used to love doing it with Kool-Aid.
yeah, that's what we
Kool-Aid
did.
ice cubes.
Yeah, they're real cheap that way. Okay, let's see. Ugh, it just looks gnarly.
It does.
It's disgusting.
It looks like frozen poop.
It looks like an old dead toe.
It does. A mummy toe.
But just high in protein.
You see chunks of bean in there. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
It does. It gives you the chills. That's a terrible aftertaste.
I think Suits needs to taste one.
Yeah. Suits needs to taste one.
Suits, get your ass in here.
Yeah, I think Virginia will probably want that stick back. Yeah, these are a big part of the popsicle.
Oh, I threw my stick away. You want that back?
Yeah, it's a nice chopstick.
Yeah. Ugh. All right, well, there you go.
Suits. Here, you got to try this popsicle.
Yeah, you're going to hate it. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible.
Okay. All right. Look at that.
I just want to see his face.
Have you ever had baked beans or black bean Suits, either one?
I like black beans. I don't know about this, though. This looks pretty gnarly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Take a big bite.
Yeah, they're not meant to be frozen. Oh, he's actually taking a bite. I like that. He went for the bite of it. I know.
Oh, my God.
Tough, right?
It's so funny how he frees something, it turns it gross.
Delicious treat.
So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Well, we got some call 'em outs coming up here in just a bit. Anybody you need to let know that they're doing it wrong. There's actually a lot of that that is kind of going on here, especially in the era of social distancing and staying away from spreading the coronavirus.
I got to call out Suits. Denny's has to call out me.
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of them, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Just here on the show.
Yes.
This is kind of a good starter list that I saw, though, that Jbird had sent me. It came from Reader's Digest. It was things that deserve being called out. And, yeah, these pretty much are the standard for what we usually get for call 'em outs. Things like not picking up your dog's poo. Jbird's even got a shaming video out there with people doing just that.
And Corona's brought out the worst. I mean, we lead the league in dog poop by my dog trail. By that walking trail, it's just littered with it. So much of it.
Yeah. See, that kind of goes to stress it. That's kind of why we do the call 'em out, because it's like it stresses. These are things everybody it's one thing just to be a good human. You should be cleaning up your dog poo.
I'm not even kidding you. I took out Chewy yesterday. He was pooping on other dogs' poop. That's how much of it was out there.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm not even kidding you.
Now, do you try to clean up anything else?
No, I stick with my own dog's poop.
Gotcha.
I'm not,
It's too much.
I'm not. No, I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on with you and your dog. It ain't my job.
Some of the other things that are on the list here: leaving your grocery cart in the middle of the parking lot. I actually saw kind of a breakdown on this, saying that it is one of the ultimate societal tests as to whether or not somebody brings back their grocery cart. And the argument they were making is they said it'll let you know if somebody has empathy for others as to whether or not they take their grocery cart back. Now, there's not a rule. It's not a law. You can't be punished for it. It just is a typical common courtesy to put it in a place where it can't affect somebody else's vehicle or day.
I see what you're saying, but as a customer, on a customer service level, if you're the business, you want to make it as convenient as possible for the people who are spending money. And as annoying as it may be, if they leave the cart out there, that you just have to accept and let your employees know that's part of the gig.
Yeah.
Because you want your customers coming back, and if you throw that on them, you have to bring that back right now. And you have kids, now you have to leave the kids at the car. It turns into this weird thing. And I've asked 3 people now at 3 different grocery stores. I go, do you like going out getting in the carts, or does it annoy you? Every single one said they love doing it because it gets them out of the store.
Yeah.
It gets them able to do something else other than staying on the hamster wheel.
Yeah, I did that too. I used to be, as they call us, a courtesy clerk or a bagger. And yeah, you would love doing that. It was fun to go out there. You'd be able to walk around the parking lot, get all the carts, and then you would try to see how many carts you could stack up and push.
Yeah.
And we'd have personal records for, I did 80 carts.
Yeah, I see why, some people think it's a jerky thing, but I think if you're a business, you can't force people to do that because you're going to turn them off.
Well, the one to me with the woman with the kids, yeah, there are some exceptions, if you're, a person that can't not very mobile.
And then it's
I
gonna,
get
then
that.
if you only make it for the people with kids, it turns into a war. I've got kids. You don't have kids. Put your card away. Where does it stop, Virginia?
I mean, just don't judge. It just certainly don't have to anything to say to somebody. Just get in your car and do your own thing.
Wait, Virginia said, "Don't judge." Who are you?
Well, I take that back. So you can judge, but just don't get into a verbal thing with somebody about the carts. It's not worth it.
Some of the things here with things that deserve to be called out have to do with phone etiquette, using your speakerphone in public.
Oh, there was a woman doing that the other day in the middle of public. She had a full-on conversation on her speaker, speaking so loud about what they did not have in the aisle, and everyone's looking around her. How did she not know everyone was looking at her? Like, everyone was like, "What's this?"
She don't care.
She didn't care.
Yeah, some people don't.
I thought it was kind of funny just because so many people were annoyed. They couldn't believe she was doing it.
They also list texting while talking to someone else.
That is annoying.
So not giving them and paying them enough attention. Some of that has to do with this as well. They also say not saying hello to the receptionist when you enter a lobby. Okay. There's one thing that they list in Reader's Digest.
I know somebody who got written up at work for that.
Because they didn't say hello to the receptionist?
So the receptionist was like, everybody says hi to me except this one guy. And she like started a thing and reported him to HR because he never said hi to her.
Are you
when he
kidding
came
me?
into the building? He had to go to HR and like try to defend himself. And he was like, look, I don't say hi to anybody. I'm here to work. I come in fast. I leave fast. I do my work. I'm not here to like walk around and be a social butterfly.
Was it like
How you doing? How you doing? He's like, that's not me.
That's crazy.
Was it like a year ago where you're like, don't talk to people of the opposite sex because at work he's doing it the other way. He's like he's minding his own business and ignoring it, and then he gets in trouble.
She tried to have him written up and like in trouble for it, and he's like, no. It's not going to go down like that.
She's evil.
Yeah, she was pretty evil.
She's evil.
I mean, if someone doesn't speak to you, I mean, they didn't speak to you. What do you care?
Some people were worried about talking to people at work. When all the hashtag #MeToo stuff, you had all of those articles about don't be too friendly at work. People got scared about that and they stopped talking.
And some people are just shy or socially awkward or they don't want to engage. They're there to work.
So he got in trouble for not talking to the female.
He got called in and had to defend himself.
Wow.
Because the female turned him in and said that everybody else says good morning and hello to her except him.
That is so opposite of everything we've been talking like the last 2 years.
Bird, you cannot win.
Wow.
I said it last week. I'll
Yeah.
say it again. I think I'm aging out of Earth, Virginia.
Another thing they list as things that deserve being called out, failing to learn your wait person's name.
Your wait person.
Like the
If you're-
waitress or waiter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't be so sensitive.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't be so sensitive, and don't send people to HR for not saying hello to you.
if someone doesn't have a name tag on, a lot of times I do forget. It's just in one ear, out the other. I got 10 things in my head, and I'm trying to watch a kid.
I'm terrible at names, so does that mean I'm a jerk?
No.
Reader's Digest says who you are.
Does anyone even read that anymore?
No, I mean,
Ironically, they got readers in their name, but they don't have any.
yeah.
Is that the old people's publication? That's why I sent it to Kevin.
They say letting the door slam shut behind you without looking.
I did that the other day to Virginia.
You do that all the time.
Sorry.
He's like an ogre. He walks around here.
Well, I just never think anyone would ever dare to walk behind me because they know.
You fart a lot?
No.
How dare you walk behind me? You should know better.
You know I'm clumsy.
Don't walk behind me after I finish this bean popsicle.
You do fart a lot. Yeah, the punishment's really on me and Kevin today.
Surprise!
And another one here is talking about the great deal you got on your new TV, things that deserve being called out.
Yeah. Be careful right now.
Every now and then, Denny's brags about his TV. Every now and then he does that.
Oh, he does, huh?
Oh, yeah. Talk about the good deal he got on his big TV.
Well, I believe he needs to call you out for something.
He does.
Yeah.
What'd you do now?
It all happened so quick, Virginia. I was doing that virtual gaming stuff. Well, I'll let Denny's tell the story.
So it's one of those. Is it the VR goggles?
Yeah, you got to put on the whole headgear. And
Okay.
One of the side effects, unfortunately, can be nausea or motion sickness.
Especially if you're drunk.
Vertigo. Well, I suffer from vertigo anyway. I already have that. Like if I look up to the sky too much, I topple over.
Can we do more look up to the sky bits? I kind of want to see that.
Well, so Bird likes when I control it, so I can control it, and he just kind of experiences
I bet he
it.
does. Take control, big boy.
Well, he knows what he's doing. I don't. I'll walk myself into a fire.
I'm taking him through the experience, but one of the side effects of that type of play can cause nausea.
And vertigo.
And yeah,
Oh, did you get sick?
I threw up on his carpet.
threw up all over the place,
Gosh.
like the Exorcist.
Wow.
And I didn't mean it. It happened so quick. I thought I could fight through. And I was getting dizzy.
Trying
I'm
to take the thing off.
You animal.
Well, I'm telling
man.
him, I go, dude, I'm not feeling well. He's like, you got this. I'm like, all right. 2 minutes later, I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling that well. You got this.
You don't got this.
I did not have it.
Wow.
She gave you a warning.
Yeah.
I did. I gave a couple warnings. It wasn't that bad. I cleaned it up. I did clean it up. The rug looks great. We're all
Yeah,
good.
you can't tell now.
I don't
but-
do well with that virtual gaming stuff.
Yeah.
It makes me sick, y'all.
Really?
Yes.
So if you got a tender tummy,
My knees were shaking like a baby fawn. It was
Yeah, some people get that with the VR.
wow. Okay. And then Bert, I guess you got to call out Suits for something.
It's not really his fault. We were shooting.
Did he vomit too?
No, but
He got a tender tummy.
I know.
He almost vomited because he was in that squirrel costume, and it was very hot over the weekend.
Yes, I saw the video.
So he did a great job in the squirrel costume. Big ups to Suits.
Thank you very much.
But he came into my house wearing the squirrel costume. He has that big tail, and he's walking around my expensive G.I. Joe section, and his tail wiped out my entire G.I. Joe. The bottom, about $300 worth of toys destroyed from the squirrel tail.
Destroyed?
Broken, yeah.
The tail broke them?
He walked this way and
Are these like the plastic action figures?
They're the brittle ones from the 80s.
Were they made of ceramic?
They're from 1982, and if they fall on the ground, they shatter. Their crotches break, and their arms will chip. And once that happens, they're not valuable anymore.
Wow.
You got to be very aware of a squirrel tail, apparently. I'm not used to having one. So
I hear
I
ya,
just
yeah.
turned around and it just swept the entire shelf and everything went flying in one fell swoop.
Many
How about
soldiers,
that, huh?
many soldiers are not going to make it back.
It's a war out
It
there.
is.
The squirrels, huh?
But you
It
know
ain't
what,
easy being a
though?
squirrel.
He did such a great job with the video. I don't even care.
Aw.
Love this guy.
That is up on our YouTube if you want to see that. You heard the song on the After the Show podcast late last week, and now there's a video that goes along with it.
It is 18 and older. There's
Yes.
a warning on there. There's a few swear words.
I know. I watched it in the company of Rocco. He's a huge fan.
Oh, so he's
Loves the swearing part of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's his favorite part.
There you go. Of course he does. Also, I am not surprised that we're seeing a lot of these. More and more people are going back to work today, and so we got a lot of call-em-outs about traffic. Somebody said I like to call it the lady that was honking at me on I-95 in the fast lane. She sped past me, screamed at me through her window, and then realized that all the cars in front of me are going the same speed limit. What is wrong with people? So, yes, as you're enjoying your lighter commutes, those are going to start picking back up again.
Did she acknowledge she was a jerk? Probably not. They usually don't.
Probably not.
Yeah.
They just go about their day. And Bree said, I want to call out people who wear their face mask and then want to crawl over the counter to talk right in your face. The face masks right now seem to be one of the most controversial things that are out there that people are complaining about. People who are mad that people aren't wearing it, and people who are mad that you're trying to expect me to wear it when I don't want to.
And people that yell at you for wearing one, which I heard happened to a friend of mine. Somebody yelled at her and told her she was stupid. I'm like, what? Like, seriously.
It's a real thing.
Stop.
If you do go out in public, there's a chance you might get into an altercation because I know people in my personal life, they've gone out to just do a few errands. They go, I just had a run-in with somebody that I don't even know, and they were snapping at me. I mean, I think people are losing their minds.
People are. They've been locked up a while, and it's making people crazy.
There was a meme that was going around trying to talk to the people who are yelling at people who are wearing masks, and it says, okay, if wearing a mask to protect others infringes on your rights, then you won't mind the following. Your restaurant cook and server will not wash their hands after using the restroom before handling your food. Also, they don't have to wear hair covering, risking hair in your food because it's their right. Your doctor doesn't have to take sanitary precautions to wear a mask and sterilize equipment before examining you because it's their right. These things are done to protect others, and it ain't about you or your rights. Mm-hmm.
Somebody that we know was on Facebook. They had a huge rant about, if you don't wear a mask out in public, I don't care if you don't want to be my friend anymore. Get off of my feed. I don't care. We don't have to be Facebook friends or friends in real life.
Wow.
It was all about mask, and if you don't like, or if you don't agree with what they were saying, you
can't be friends.
You were dead to them.
That's kind of crazy.
And of course, it started a fight with people.
Of course,
It's so much work.
Yeah.
Well, I just think anytime you say, if you do this or you don't do that, you're definitely gonna run some people out of your life.
And an email rant here, call them out. I received a rent increase notice yesterday.
Oh, man.
It's effective June 1st.
That sucks.
Could you ask your audience if others have landlords doing increases during the coronavirus pandemic?
Can they do that if it's within your lease? Let's say you sign a year lease.
Well, maybe their lease is up and they're going to do a renewal. And I don't think they can change it during the lease.
I agree.
But if your lease is up and you have to renew, that happened to me a lot.
It's actually quite common.
Yeah.
Almost every place that I've been at, they always raise the rent when you're trying to re-sign. It's what they do.
They want to know, are there any laws in place to protect renters against increases during the pandemic? So,
we don't know.
Not that I have heard, but if somebody has that information that we don't, you can let us know.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's a good time for some great viral audio because you have a lot of civic leaders that are free-forming in their press conferences trying to warn you about COVID-19. And when they have to talk so much about this stuff, there's bound to be some really good outtakes, including a woman who's trying to explain the proper etiquette and how to keep yourself from catching coronavirus while playing tennis.
Got some good news to announce today. Singles only, no doubles. Only every other court, you have to have a court between players. Every player, unless they're from the same household, has to bring their own tennis balls so that you don't touch other people's tennis balls with your hands. You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them. I'm gonna blush, sorry.
All right, Jbird, assume the position.
Okay, you can kick
I've
them.
been told I can kick your balls, and I'm ready.
I won't be the first or the last you've done that.
Yeah. And this is also problematic for a lot of these news crews that go out because now they're not just recording stuff for the news that they edit and then put on the air. A lot of them are now doing stuff on Facebook Live. I believe this is the same TV station that had that reporter doing the report from her bathroom and her husband was naked in the shower behind him. And you saw the side dong.
So I watched it. It's a reflection in a mirror of the side dong. But it is indeed dongage.
Well, this is the exact same TV station according to the reports that I was reading. And this is I believe the cameraman is talking back to the studio about things that they have covered, and they don't realize that they are still broadcasting on Facebook Live.
Oh. People forget that.
They forgot that they were broadcasting still on Facebook Live, and people are like, oh my gosh, listen to this. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how management handled these comments. There's a lot of curse words, so there's a lot of bleeps here.
He is pretty good. I heard he's got a big too, so.
Dude, you got a big.
I'm about to go put this thing out.
Yeah, how you doing?
This job really sucks.
Oh, this is horrible.
At least this is news. You know what I did earlier? I drove 2 hours to not see chickens being unloaded out of a truck.
Oh!
Yeah, they're saving 1,000 chickens from some farm in Iowa. I'm like, who the cares?
Oh, man. Yeah, there was a lot more there as well. Pretty much the same stuff, talking about how he hated his job and how this TV station sucks and all that stuff.
How long till they caught him? I mean, he was going a while.
He did go a while.
If you're on Facebook watching that, you love it.
Yes.
Did he get fired, do you know?
I haven't heard the update on exactly what happened. It would be kind of interesting to check it out, so I'm sure there will be an update.
Yeah. Me and Virginia know about a hot mic.
Oh, yeah. We learned that the hard way.
Yep. Assume it is always on. Well, during the pandemic, I know a lot of people are kind of going back to familiar programming, maybe rewatching shows or movies that they've seen in the past that they love. I know I've done a little bit of that myself because you just know it's good. It's going to get your mind off of everything that's going on. And so we're kind of going through and reviewing some of the childhood movies that Bird liked, and he's having Suits watch them to see what Suits thinks. Do they stand the test of time, or did they not age well? That's what we're trying to find out here. And Back to the Future was just doing a reunion with Josh Gad and all the former cast.
Well, we were talking about it last week, and I'm raving about it. And then I got 2 text messages from 2 younger people that said, Bird, I watched it. That movie stunk. It didn't hold up. 2 of them. 2 of the younger generations said they didn't like Back to the Future.
Well, they put it on Netflix. And so I think that's introducing it to a lot of new audience. Do we just love it because of nostalgia?
That is really that is a great question. With any old movie that you go back and watch that you loved as a kid, and there have been some where I corrected myself. I had this kind of romanticized vision of this movie, and then I went back and watched it. I'm like, oh, wow, that was really pretty bad.
I've done that with a lot of movies where I've sat here and defended it, and then I went back and watched it and go, Bird, you need to tell Denny's to edit out your opinion.
Yeah, not good. So, Suits, you actually put in the time, and you went ahead and watched Back to the Future.
Yeah, it was a little bit on the cheesy side, I'm not going to lie, but I did think it held up all right. I did enjoy it when it was over.
Okay.
It was enough for me to try and look at the second Back to the Future, which I couldn't make it through. I did not like the second one.
I love Back to the Future 2. With the part when he's in the diner and he goes, I'll take a Pepsi free. Hey, you want a Pepsi? I got to pay for it. Remember Pepsi free was a big soda back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
a lot of dated references.
Yeah.
I can see why you connect with it.
Is that like a Coke Zero or something? Pepsi free?
It was a Pepsi free. It was like a healthier.
Not everybody gets that reference, old man.
I know.
What was it? What was it free of? Wasn't it caffeine?
I think so.
What's the point?
Yeah. It was really good when you would leave it out for a while. I liked a flat Pepsi free, but I digress.
Okay. So what would you give it if you had to say a letter grade, A, B, C, D, F?
I'd give it a B-. I didn't think it was bad. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like a cinematic masterpiece by any means. I thought the ending was a little ridiculous at the dance scene when the guy's like pulling her away. I mean,
why?
Well, it's like that's going to change the timeline. She's practically being kidnapped. How would that change her opinion of the guy that she's dancing with right there? It didn't seem to make much sense.
Well, she didn't like the guy she was dancing with. He was bullying her into dancing. And so George
he grabs, like, right before they were going to kiss, some guy comes up and, like, grabs her and starts pulling her away. I'm like, how would that have changed the future? I mean, she doesn't like that guy. Why would she? That wouldn't change her opinion with his dad originally. I thought that was a little weird.
Well, it would have changed because...
Tell him, old man. Tell him.
Come on.
What am I missing
defend
here?
your old movie.
If the guy with the red hair grabbed her and walked away, and he was straight up old George McFly and let her do that, then the timeline would have changed. But because he got that newfound courage, he's like, no, I want my lady. I got to keep this together. And that's what he was saying.
I don't know. It just seems a little ridiculous. She's like reaching out, like trying to get back to him as this guy's just pulling her away randomly. I don't know. It seemed a little weird to me.
Get out.
But that to say, I did like the movie overall. I thought that was a little bit.
Yeah. Dad splaining Back to the Future to poor young Suits over here.
I wish I could ground his ass because I don't like his critique.
I give it a B-. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. B-.
I'll have another movie. You're not going to like it. Suggest for you.
You can't wait for the pandemic to be over. Oh, my gosh. You got to watch all of Bird's old movies. All right. Well, let's swap it up and get Denny's in here. We got a round of Think Fast here.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, I don't know if this is everybody else, but somebody in the chat room today is saying, is it just me, but my Monday is dragging along?
It's bad. It's a bad Monday as far as just kind of dragging.
You feel like it is?
I'm dragging a little bit.
You are, huh? Got to shake it off from this weekend?
I got that food hangover.
Oh, you went big with delivery last night?
I just all weekend. It's poor decisions. Drinking, it was terrible.
Okay, Bird is trying to put it back together here. All right, think fast. Name of the game is being able to answer with something sensible before anybody else.
Denny, is that a new shirt?
Oh. Whoa.
You just got birded.
Yeah.
He intimidates you with his insults
Yeah, he does.
He does.
in the hope to beat you because your defenses are like shattered.
Okay, here we go. First one. Think fast. Name something you would write with that starts with the letter C.
Colored pencil.
What did you say, Denny's?
Colored pencil.
Oh, okay. I don't know, Suits. I thought he was starting first. I know Bird said crayon. Okay, Suits is pointing over to Denny's for the point. He's not going to give Jbird anything today because of the fight they just had about Back to the Future.
I swear to God, Reek.
You won't see a point today.
You better mind your piece of cootie.
Yeah.
Old shirt, new tricks.
Okay, Denny's with point number one. All right, second one here, and think fast. Something you yell when you win a game that starts with the letter Y.
Yeah.
Okay, Jbird, Yahtzee. I guess we could do that. Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
All right.
Would you yell yam?
Yeah. Like you yell yeah when you win.
I thought you yelled yam.
Yeah.
I do yell yam when I win.
Yam.
Yams!
Yams. Okay, Bird with one. Denny's with one here in Think Fast. All right, next up. You need grad school for this profession that starts with the letter D.
Doctor!
Suits is giving it to Virginia.
We're all on the board.
Okay. All tied up here. All right, let's bring Jbird's mic down even further.
Please. Can you turn it off? Oh.
I know, it's still very overpowering.
I'll try to calm down.
Okay.
I'll try.
All right, name something you might have in your pocket that starts with the letter L.
Lollipop.
Lint.
Loose change.
What did you say, Denny's?
Lint.
Lint was Denny's in first. He's saying Virginia.
Yeah, she was a little ahead of me. Hers was longer.
Okay. All right, Virginia up 2-1 here. There's a big point and think fast.
You gotta go?
Sounds like it. I think he just went.
He's making bathroom noises.
He's too late.
It's the intensity. I can feel it.
Okay. A type of juice that starts with the letter P.
Plum! Plum!
Peach.
Plum juice.
Plum juice? Okay, we'll give Jbird a point on that. Okay. All right. Peach. There's also pomegranate.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take your word for it. There's plum juice. Okay.
Somewhere out there. You could juice plums, I'm sure.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. Plum juice?
Is a plum a prune? Are they the same?
It's got a seed, a pit, if you will.
I think a prune is a dried out plum, right? A dehydrated.
Because there's prune juice for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I never seen no plum juice. I'm just saying.
There's plum wine.
Okay. All right.
He didn't say wine. He said juice.
True.
Jesus juice. From a certain point of view, it works.
How does that work?
Jesus juice. It's a juice. Wine is Jesus juice. Plum wine. I should have talked.
What?
I think we should take his point away. Just for that alone.
Okay. All right, Denny's, you have to get this here to stay in the game. All right. A type of roll that starts with the letter T.
Tootsie Roll!
Jbird gets it and the win.
That's a good one.
Just like that. All right, Bird. And he is the champ once again. And think fast.
Oh, yeah.
Twinkle toes.
Look at that. Hat on hat.
Ow!
Yo! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha-ha, fighting in the nude. Drunk people pooping in the street. Ha-ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Zach in the chat room, he said, if I see Ralston in public, he's getting a hug.
I like it, Zach.
Yeah, it's well, as time goes on, you're getting into situations that are odd. We got a call from a neighbor yesterday, and she was like, hey, could you help me move my dresser? And you're like, okay. So,
I give her the number for Greek.
We were neighborly and put on our masks and went over there and moved her dresser out of her house for her.
I don't know if I'm turning down any hug. I need to be touched. I need a hug.
Okay, Bird is open for hug. Hug season is wide open.
This is where he gonna make a mistake. He gonna hug on a stage 5 clinger and watch out.
Yep.
And I gotta mind my P's and Q's.
You better be careful. You're in a different headspace these days, my friend.
Well, there's a lot of crazy stories going on in the Whacked Out News about COVID. They say the strip clubs are starting to reopen now. First ones that open up is in Wyoming, and the strippers are wearing masks and keeping them on even as they take off their clothes. How odd is that, huh?
It's odd. It's weird.
That's likely what you're going to see when South Florida gets that. I don't know. Has anybody heard any word on when strip clubs open back up again here?
No, but that's going to turn into a fetish kind of a thing.
I agree.
Yep.
I think it'll turn into it's more of a mystery.
I've even heard people talking about going grocery shopping and just seeing people's eyes and locking eyes with people. It's kind of a turn on for some people.
Okay.
Makes me not want to go out even more.
Man, we are
freaking creepers.
We are different.
They're
people.
everywhere.
Just saying, it's kind of like you're at your own little masquerade kind of a thing.
Okay, King Creepy.
What's creepy about that?
It's turning into a fetish for some people.
They say the public health department in the Netherlands is advising single people to make an arrangement with one sex buddy so you can safely see each other and get it on as the pandemic continues. We kind of talked about that. Some people that were kind of starting to do that. Be like, okay, I want to, a little love buddy.
Yeah.
I need that human touch, but I don't want to risk myself too much. I guess apparently you've got to choose your love buddy carefully.
What are you eyeballing me for,
Because you're staring off into the distance and shaking your head.
I'm just listening to what the Kevin Ralston's saying. I wish you'd do the same.
You're thinking about a love buddy.
No, I'm not. Believe me. Bird don't need no love right now. I don't need it.
Keep telling yourself that.
It says here somebody who went to a church service on Mother's Day tested positive for coronavirus later that day.
Oh, no.
And as they did the math, they realized that that person had exposed 180 people that morning.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That right there is the problem.
That is the problem that's going on.
Well, that's why they're saying, you shouldn't do the big gatherings.
Yes, I remember doing the drive-in church and all that stuff.
You can do 10, but don't do 11, because 11 is a little too much. But 10 or below is cool.
They say that there's a picture that's going around. This is a pretty good idea to maintain social distancing and still get your mask on. There's a priest that had a water gun, and he was spraying holy water as people would drive through in their cars, and he'd squirt them with it.
I love it. He's making it happen.
Yeah.
He's making it happen.
So you can still make it happen. There was an exorcist that's saying that the pandemic could lead to a rise in people getting possessed.
What?
Yeah.
That's the last thing you need. You're trying to fight the COVID, now you got to fight a demon?
Oh my God, what's worse? Good heavens.
I feel like we know more about COVID than we do about a demon in your soul.
Imagine getting possessed by a demon that has COVID.
That's still on the books. We don't know if demons can get COVID yet, but we're working on getting answers.
Yeah, they say that the negative energy is a breeding ground for demons.
Oh my God.
They thrive on it.
I can see that if you believe in that realm.
Yeah. They say one of the greatest hobbies that's starting to explode now is fishing. And this actually might be good here in South Florida. They say bait and tackle shops are having trouble keeping up with demand as the fishing has become more popular in the social distancing era.
Got a ton of people fishing where I live, Virginia, and every time I walk Chewy, I see the biggest looking bass, and these things, they look like dinosaur fish. They're huge.
It's kind of perfect, though. You know, it's killing time. You're catching your meal, so you don't even have to go to the grocery.
It's kind of gnarly, though, because I don't know if it's bad where you live, Kev, but the water has really just gone. There's not that much water in these canal areas, so
yeah, we've got the drought.
There's a canal shoreline where you could actually lay out on the canal shore, and there's so much garbage and weird crap that has flowed up all along the canal bank.
I wouldn't recommend laying out by the canal, gators.
No, there was a couple of needles by the bridge right over there.
I hate it when I'm sunbathing and I gotta pick a needle out of my back.
Yeah.
I know. It's pretty gross.
Ruins
Especially
the
when
fun.
it's dirty.
Yeah.
It is gross, man.
Obviously used.
Yeah. And they say that with coronavirus, it's lending itself to crime. One, people are strapped for money. And two, we're encouraging people to wear masks. So it is it kind of just works out perfectly, doesn't it?
I mean, technically, if we have to go to the bathroom today, we're supposed to put on our mask. That's the rule.
You're right.
We're not allowed to go in the hallway without a mask.
Wow. Okay.
I saw Virginia breaking a rule.
I did
Yeah, I
before
broke it
anybody
earlier.
got here.
We've all broken Virginia.
Yo, rat.
Everybody's. I'm just ratting you out because I already broke the rule as well.
Yeah, there were two people that robbed a convenience store in Virginia earlier this month by covering their heads with hollowed-out watermelons with eye holes.
The pictures are pretty funny. Did you see the still shots of these two clowns?
I didn't. Did they get away with it?
I think they put the
cops,
watermelons.
they arrested one of them, yeah.
They put the watermelons on their head. They made eye holes. But then after they robbed the place, they went and got in their own personal vehicles with the license plate. And so the camera got there. Like, duh.
I get why they're in the Whacked Out News.
Okay.
They parked like right next to the security camera.
Yes. And we heard about what they're doing at the strip clubs in other states. And I guess here pretty soon you're going to be able to go check out some of the South Florida ones. Monroe's is going to be doing dinner reservations with limited seating, and they're going to be taking temperature on all guests. But I imagine their temperature will probably rise as they get in there.
Yeah, you got to get
Take it at
people.
the door, not while they're sitting there. Oh my gosh, Bob's at 150.
Wow. That's going to be quite the process.
Yeah, that will be interesting stuff. So if you're ready for that, that is going to be happening at Lisa Monroe's here very soon. All right, well, coming up here in just a bit, I believe it's about time for another round of Jbird's Stump the Bird.
Bring it on, kids. I'm feeling real smart like today.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
I'm actually not. Confidence
No.
very low. Do you want to break the walls down? Yeah.
You can get him to flip quick.
It's not going great. Okay, so last call for kids and the question, 6th grade level and under. I think kids only have about, 2-3 more weeks left
Yeah.
of school?
It's coming quick.
Yeah.
Rocco's little graduation is this Friday from VPK.
Wow.
VPK. So he goes to kindergarten next year?
Yep.
What is happening?
If they even
right.
have kindergarten, I tried to go because he's going to be going to Hobe Sound Elementary.
Okay.
Or maybe I shouldn't say that on the radio. Oh, well. You can't even sign up for kindergarten.
Really?
It's shut down. They said because of the corona, they're not signing anybody up because they don't know if it's coming back.
Are we still keeping that list of words that annoy us, Virginia says? Because I'd like to add one. Kindergarten.
Kindergarten, yeah, is that on there?
Can we put that on there? With chicken and all the other ones.
Wow, it is kind of crazy. Yeah, what school is going to look like next fall will be very interesting.
Are they going to have it? Like, what's going to be going on?
I don't know. It might break down to, do you have a Republican or Democratic governor? So,
What do we have?
Republican.
We have a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
So will we have kindergarten?
I would say that based on how things are falling, you'd have better chances of having something.
Yes.
Okay. You're ready to send him. You want to send him back?
Well, he's going to break his father, who's been working from home.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Panda could. If you told Panda that he had to work from home while homeschooling Rocco with kindergarten,
Yeah.
he would collapse in a heap and cry in the fetal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Panda all still ginned up? when it comes to the carnal ways of the world?
He hasn't done his testosterone shots in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because the last time I hit him, I guess I did it too hard. And so, no, he's not as ginned.
Oh, you're probably happy.
So this is your new secret. You got to hide your husband's testosterone so you can get some peace.
You're only giving him half injections.
I was kind of surprised by this. There was one thing I saw that said 69% of couples, odd to say, are having less relations than usual during the quarantine.
You know what it is? I think they're getting sick of each other, and they're like, ugh, I do not want to sleep with you. Just leave me alone.
Maybe week 1 and 2 was great and robust, and now
it
it's
was
starting
fun.
I think it depends on where you're at in your relationship. If it's newer and you guys actually like each other, if you're in that phase, it's going to be kind of awesome.
Yeah.
But if you're just, oh gosh, this again?
Okay, the novelty's worn off.
Oh, the novelty wears off on all of them, Kev.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I hope Panda's not listening.
I'm just kidding.
Poor guy. You outed him about his testosterone, and now you're saying you don't
He's had a tough segment, no doubt.
I'm just kidding.
All right, round of Stump the Bird is up next.
Start your day with KVJ and get the best variety of the 2000s, 10s, and today on 97.9 WRMF.
All right, time to get that shot collar ready here. See if the Bird can go undefeated again. Flawless in Stump the Bird. He's done this a couple times.
I've done better.
Yes, you have.
He's on a run.
Yeah, he has. He's really just showing you all. We've got kids 6th grade and under submitting their questions here for Jbird. And if he cannot answer correctly, we send a shock into his leg.
Nope, not his leg. It's going on the groin.
Wow, okay.
How would I even do that? Like go up like a garter belt? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, we'll rig you up chastity style.
I'll go high.
So will Denny's.
All right, I'll give you a little chastity belt.
All right. Should be good. Really get it tucked in there.
Oh, yeah. It's tucked in real nice.
Let's make sure you can never have kids.
Oh, boy. I think I'm running out of time, Virginia. I mean, I don't know, man. I ain't no spring chicken.
Nah, dudes can make it happen well into their 50s.
Okay.
60s.
Let me get focused.
There's dudes fathering kids in their 70s.
Yeah, they're called millionaires.
Okay, here we go. Got a couple questions for Jbird. The first question that we have for you in Stump the Bird here today. How many main food groups are there? How many main food groups are there?
Meats, grains, fruits, vegetables. I feel like...
Cake?
Step off. I need to concentrate.
He does.
I feel like five feels good.
Okay.
5 major food groups. Let me just say, how many food groups? It's 5. It sounds good.
Feels good.
But is it 6? Grains? Is that 5? Locking her in.
You're gonna stick with that? Okay. Jbird, 5 is correct.
Whoa!
Yes.
Whoa!
Stump the Bird can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. In
Here
your face,
we go.
kids. In your face.
Yeah. Ain't stumping him today. He's going perfect on these.
5. Do you know what? Is it grains? Is it fruits?
Yeah, I think you pretty much. I think we, in a roundabout way, and then your dairy. Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables are one, or they're separate.
They're, I believe, separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Learn it.
Meat, poultry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Legumes.
Whew.
Yeah. What are you going about, Virginia?
I'm putting up that video on Insta Story of him celebrating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a good time to do it while we're live on the air.
I'm
and
in
then
the
giggle
moment.
into the microphone about it.
Yeah, I know. You're laughing about stuff. I'm the derailing one.
I know. Trust
made
me.
a funny meme.
Yeah.
Derailing
Yeah,
one.
I know.
I'm over here fighting for my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny.
She's amusing herself over
I
there.
know.
Okay, next up here, Stump the Bird, 6th grade elementary school questions and below. Jbird, what is the colored part of the eye called? What do you call the colored part of the eye?
Cornea.
The cornea. Okay. That is a good guess, Jbird. It is...
Oh!
Iris.
Iris.
I gave you the answer.
You gave it to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang.
so smuggy. Oh. And he loves the fact he gave it to me, and I blew it. Look at him. Look at him laughing so hard. This is where Ralston shines. I hope you're not watching this, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I know. I know.
hope you're not watching
They're
this
disgusted.
from heaven.
Yeah.
What a setup.
Well, I know.
Oh, they're so mad watching
yeah.
this.
Yeah, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like
All
that.
right, hold on. It's on my crotch right now, so it's going to be a different ride.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No.
No.
In 3, 2, 1, bring it to
Oh,
pain!
my God. Oh, it's a different feel. Oh, wow. Gosh, really feel it kind of hit the backside a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you put it?
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
That is tough.
Ooh, that's where you got to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really? Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
That one,
I don't know if that's a good idea.
it's not.
No.
He's already got he's developed scarring in the place on his leg, so he had to move it to a tender spot,
I actually do have scarring from this bit. I'm not even kidding you.
mentally and physically.
Yeah, and the funny thing is the mental ones are the most painful.
Okay, here we go. Final question and Stump the Bird here today. What is the biggest country in South America? What is the biggest country?
Brazil feels good too.
Oh, Brazil feels real good. A Brazilian?
Oh, I'm gonna go Brazil. Or should I stay with Colombia? I'm just trying to look at your eyes, Ralston. Final answer: Argentina.
Okay. Final answer, Argentina. It is Brazil.
Oh! You knew it! You said Brazil!
Oh, he's good. He knew I was going to do this. Ralston. Riggy is back.
I have no idea what you're going to do from minute to minute.
Yeah, he set you up.
Oh, I know he did. Oh, I know.
Every time.
It's clear as day.
Puppet master.
Okay, all right. You got one right, though.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, okay.
Are you ready for your shot?
Just do it.
3, 2, 1. Bring in the pain!
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, so who did what this weekend? See if people can put it in the right order here, knowing what you know about the KVJ show. Okay, one person on the show said that they cleaned out all of their bongs this weekend. Wonder who can
Clearly, it's Kevin.
Yes. You know, me and all my bong collection. Which member of the KVJ show power washed their patio? Exciting stuff.
Ugh.
Which member of the KVJ show made a mini lake for their action figures?
Aww. So pathetic / sad.
Get out of here. Whatever. Best time of their weekend, probably.
What?
Best time of
Did
their...
you just ruin Kevin's game? Again?
Oh, yeah. I ruined it.
Which member of the KVJ show watched NASCAR as it returned to television this weekend? And which KVJ show member had a cornhole tournament with their family? So there you go. That's the options. I think all of them are pretty easy, minus maybe one or two. You can let us know what's going on there. Text 877-979-WRMF. Yeah, I got some sports going back on again this weekend. You had NASCAR that was back on TV, and also some golf stuff, too. In fact, back-to-back weekends, we're actually going to be able to watch golf on TV. If you've been dying for sports, Palm Beach County is pretty much at the epicenter of any sports you're going to get right now. And anything that the sports world is talking about, Palm Beach County is the centerpiece of that. They had that skins match with Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Ricky Fowler, and Matthew Wolf from Seminole Golf Club in Juno Beach. That was on TV yesterday. So I think Rory McIlroy did pretty well on that.
I think you're right.
Yes.
I watched all of 30 seconds of it, and then I was like, wait a minute, I don't even like golf.
Yeah.
I forgot that I didn't like golf, but all the hype, I was like, oh, it's something live. It's not a Super Bowl from 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's new. It's not a replay. And, if you are watching sports, and this is the odd thing for me, because ESPN is always, that is my background. when, I'm at home. I don't know if you guys have a background. Or maybe some people put on the news. But
Bravo.
Yeah, okay, so Bravo's your background?
Yeah.
See, yeah, like ESPN or SportsCenter was mine, and now it's just like I'm so tired of hearing the continual Michael Jordan versus LeBron James comparison that already was old. That's all they have to talk about.
If you get sick of that, may I suggest something to put in the background? Put on a YouTube video that just has thunder and rain going on. It's very kind of relaxing if you want something in the background.
What if it's already raining outside?
Double storms.
It's going to sound like the end of the world. Yeah. So that's going on. And then coming up next Sunday at Medalist that you've got, which is not too far away, you got Tiger Woods, Peyton Manning, Phil Mickelson, and Tom Brady. They're going to be squaring off.
That's going to be, I think, bigger because you got the football guys crossing over.
Yeah.
And people are going to be starved for just being able to look at Tom Brady's beautiful face and hair.
Yeah, and Tiger Woods, I think, is probably still arguably the biggest name still in the game.
Oh, definitely. If you look at the crowd he draws.
Yeah. Still, I mean, yeah, whenever he does play the Honda Classic, I know it doesn't happen often, but he still draws those crowds.
Everyone's waiting for him to go on one run where he wins like 2 or 3 tournaments.
Well, he won that Masters, a couple years ago, and now everybody's kind of like they're back in it. Like, okay, who knows? You never know when he could jump up and win it again.
Was that 2 years ago?
It was was it 2019?
Oh, man.
2018, maybe? I'm trying to remember. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, times.
Corona, bruh.
Yeah.
Stop this train. It's going too fast.
You're going to see actual PGA Tour golf back on June 11th. They're going to do really where they're going to have, but no fans. So
Gotcha.
That's pretty much what you're going to have to be living through. Got Harold on here from Miami to take a guess at who did what this weekend.
Miami Herald?
Miami Herald.
Oh.
Yeah. It is.
No, that doesn't get old, Virginia.
Good. I'm glad you called her out on that.
Okay.
New to me. I think it's funny.
Which KVJ show member cleaned their bongs?
That was tough. I think it's Denny's.
Okay. Who power washed the patio?
It's Virginia. She told me occasionally the way she was doing it, circle 8s or who power washes like that.
It's my first time, Harold. I tried to put it on my Insta story, but it's hard to power wash and hold the phone.
I like that.
Yeah, excuses.
I'm not,
Yeah.
Get her,
I'm not
Harold.
good.
Yeah.
Get her, Harold.
I'm a newbie.
What about making a mini lake for their action figures?
Oh, man. I want to say Kevin, but I know it's Jbird.
I wish it was Kevin. That's how I know Kevin's having a breakdown. That's me. If I'm doing that, that's just me being me.
That's just you.
You doing it.
It's
Kevin's going through something.
Trouble.
When Kevin goes through something, he becomes Kevin Smash.
Yes, smash.
Yes.
Oh, smash. And watching NASCAR, Harold?
I want to say Suits because he's the future NASCAR guy.
Yeah, he is. And the cornhole tournament, that would be me then, correct?
Of course. The most sporty guy in the show.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
Yay!
Harold, you know the show, my man. Good stuff. Everything going well with you, bud?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, pest control is still up. The good thing I don't do mostly do commercial.
Oh, yeah.
So like restaurants and stuff like that. So it's been pretty good for me.
Good,
Say,
yeah.
Am I allowed to
Bugs
ask,
ain't going anywhere.
am I allowed to ask a bug question here? Do we have ant seasons, Harold?
Over here in Florida, it's pretty much 365 every day.
Yeah.
Damn, we're in it.
It's not like up north and stuff like that. It might go into hibernation or whatever and not come out that much. But over here in Florida, forget it.
Yeah, they're always around.
All day, every day.
Yep. All right, Harold. Well, always good talking to you, bud.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
You
All right,
too.
man. There was something else that wrapped up last night. The only thing that people were excited about, sports that you had, again, in Palm Beach County, centerpiece, Michael Jordan, who lives in Palm Beach County. They wrapped up The Last Dance last night on ESPN, that 10-part documentary series that they did. Got an email here from Ruthie. She said the last of the Michael Jordan special, The Last Dance, aired on my DVR to watch. And up to this point, my husband and I have really loved the series. It really scratched the sports itch we've had with the world stopped. We're in our early 30s, both born and raised in South Florida and both true fans of South Florida teams. The LeBron era in Miami was a memorable time for us, and we have been huge fans of LeBron ever since. Learning about Jordan has been fascinating for us, and we are so curious what you think. Originally, you felt this was going to be a fluff piece, but it's been a lot more raw and in-depth than what we expected, and are curious to your thoughts. Did anything specific stand out to you? Overall, would you recommend it to someone? Thanks for all you guys do. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a fluff piece, but you do deal with the murder of his dad in 1993. And what was really gut-wrenching, he left basketball to play baseball. People thought that was because of gambling. I don't know. They addressed the question, and he shot it down and said, no, of course not. And they made it look like it was more because it was right after his dad had been murdered. And he just needed to kind of get away, cleanse his palate. And then when he came back and won his first NBA championship, his dad was always by his side when he won anything. And after he won that game, he goes into the locker room and is just on the floor, just bawling, like, oh, and just, kind of like a scream, kind of cry type thing. And, that was, I think, in episode 8 that they had shown.
That's tough to watch, man.
Yeah, it really was.
That's hard.
So when I collected baseball cards, I don't know if I've told you this before or not, but there was a Michael Jordan card that every kid was after.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting it, and some kid ended up stealing it from my school. And if you look at it now, that card is worth $600 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know who stole it?
Yeah, I can't prove it, though. But, yeah, he definitely stole it.
There's still an amazing amount of worth, and it's really interesting that they did this piece because, Michael Jordan, it's been a while. You're talking early 2000s since he played basketball on the court, and even then, he wasn't the Michael that you knew from the 90s. So people who are younger are just now starting to realize who this guy was. And they just put up a pair of Michael Jordan's minor league baseball cleats. They went for $93,000.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
That card might be worth more money with some people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That might be lowballing it.
I think this whole documentary, The Last Dance on ESPN, has definitely upped his credit. He's already worth $1 billion. They had a signed pair of game-worn Air Jordans from his 84-85 rookie season. Sotheby's sold it for $560,000.
Holy moly.
So the value of Michael Jordan is just kind of going through the roof right now.
I have a Jordan card. I am looking at all of his cards right now. They look like they're on the up right now, like you're talking about. There's one for over $50,000. 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan.
If you got that one, don't bring it in here. I'll do you dirty like your classmate and snatch it.
Yeah.
Don't you dare. I know the truth, Darren.
Oh, Darren took it.
I don't think he's local anymore, though. It's so long ago.
97.9 WRMF.
Well, love to see amidst all the fighting that people are having that there are some really positive things that are happening around the coronavirus. I love when people are stepping up, and that's why we encourage you to let us know with the KVJ Heroes of the Day. If somebody's doing something really good and stepping up and doing something awesome for somebody else, please let us know. I thought this was really some pretty cool stuff here. They did a survey talking about the people that we've come to respect out there, and we have a new list of heroes here in America. 80% of us now say we admire healthcare workers more than we used to. That's good that they're getting the recognition that they deserve. For grocery store workers, it's up to 77%. Delivery drivers, 73%. Postal workers at 68%, and restaurant workers at 61%. We're out there doing their stuff and taking it on. And one thing that I love that our charity Little Smiles is doing is there's 11 different hospitals in between Miami and Vero Beach that they are popping off to and delivering meals. And with your help and the contributions that you are making, they have now passed 7,700 meals that they have provided to nurses and medical staff.
And families and people in shelters and taking care of kids. And it's a beautiful thing. 7,700 meals since all this started.
That's awesome.
That is.
Mm-hmm. So some really cool stuff. If you want to be a part of it, just a donation of $10 can feed one nurse, doctor, or support team member. You can text Give Smiles to 44321, and $300 will feed an entire nurse unit. So if you have some money, do that. People that do have money are doing some really cool stuff with it, too. The first day the barbershops open in Denver, somebody dropped a $2,500 tip.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of nice stuff. So if you got the money to be able to do that kind of stuff, definitely do it. $1,000 to the manager, $500 to the receptionist, and $100 each to all the 18 employees.
Let's say someone does that. They go into a barber shop, they drop $2,000 tips for everybody, but then the only stipulation is like, y'all got to go on social media and let everybody know that I tipped you. Share that, let everyone know I'm a good person and get that out there. Do you still take the money and you're like, oh, thanks, or do you not? Does it make a difference?
You take it and you post it, but it does put a little stank on it.
Okay,
if they're requiring you to, you're like,
so we're going to film this real quick.
And maybe,
I'm still going to do it.
And maybe in your post you mentioned, be like, they really wanted me to post this on here that they gave me this money.
Yeah, they have a hashtag with it, and you got to @ me here on Twitter. Does that take away from it for you?
It takes a little bit away from it, but I mean, at the end of the day,
money's money.
Money is money, y'all, and sometimes you got to pay a little price.
You're right.
Yeah. This is cool. A garbage man in Kentucky noticed a 90-year-old woman hadn't put her trash out in a while, and then he checked in on her.
Aww.
It turned out she'd been low on supplies for weeks and didn't have any food, so the sanitation company stepped in and bought her groceries.
That is beautiful.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought that had a different M. Night Shyamalan type ending.
No, it was good. It's all good right now.
Oh,
I love
thank
that.
goodness.
Yeah.
I thought you were mind freaking me.
No. Another good story. A mailman in New Hampshire is handing out Dunkin' Donuts gift cards to graduates on his route.
Aww.
Which that is pretty cool to do that. There's a bakery in Minnesota that's giving away hundreds of graduation cakes. And some high school band teachers in Texas spent 3 days going to every graduation band member's home just to play them their school's fight song one last time.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, that is kind of neat stuff. So as the graduates have moved on and kind of done their own stuff, it's kind of neat to see people doing that kind of stuff.
Is it sweet if the teacher does that, he's serenaded, but it's like at 1 o'clock in the morning, he's kind of drunk?
Yeah, it's not nearly as cute.
We don't want him drunk.
And why is it like, and it's a high school girl?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You're right.
Did you see that video?
You call the cops on that one.
There was a video of a band director that took video of himself playing every single instrument in the whole entire band and video of him conducting the whole thing, and he put it together like a Zoom call.
Oh, wow.
And the audio matches up. I don't know how he's so awesome.
Dang.
But it's him playing every instrument in the whole entire band, and he sent that to all the graduating seniors.
That's a really cool video.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And there was a dad in Memphis that built a stage and threw an elaborate graduation for his daughter. She wasn't going to get her own graduation, so he tried to recreate it at their house.
Yeah, that's all cool, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
The KVJ Show mornings and the best variety of the 2000s, 10s, and today. 97.9 WRMF.
Talking about how Palm Beach County's kind of been the epicenter of the sports world here for the last couple of weeks. We just had a couple golf events. Got one coming up on Sunday with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and all that. And somebody's like, yeah, I'm seeing Tiger Woods like every single day. He pops into the racetrack station that is just south of the Medalist Golf Club.
Really?
Yeah, he said he must be playing there a lot, prepping for that match on Sunday.
That's interesting. Go hang out in that racetrack.
He goes in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said he was in his sweet black Range Rover both times.
Wonder what snacks he gets. He definitely does not get combos.
I don't think he gets snacks.
Really?
I think, yeah.
He hydrates.
Yeah.
Probably.
He'll get like a sports drink, and yeah. He eats probably like me.
Bird food.
He's not going in there and getting a fistful of lemon pound cake like you.
Yeah.
I only have 2 hands. I can't carry all this pound cake.
I like how you say it's very descriptive. Fistful of pound cake.
I know you love lemon.
You're making my mouth water.
And a nice little shout out to Dr. Mark Paymer, who is a pulmonologist in Port St. Lucie. He's been volunteering in New York for the last almost month, working every day trying to help the people with coronavirus.
Wow.
So, yeah, trying to make sure that we're shouting out to people that are extending themselves and doing all they can to help with this pandemic and everything that goes along with it. So let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. You can just text them in, too. All right, we got the After the Show podcast coming up live on Facebook and YouTube in just about 10 or 15 minutes. You can watch that live or on demand anytime you like. Before we get to that, Jbird, if you would wrap it all up here with your thought for the day.
Thank you, old friend. Those who ask is a fool for 5 minutes, but those who do not ask remains a fool forever.
It's an argument for asking dumb questions.
Yeah, so is there really a dumb question? I don't know.
Only dumb DJs.
Very hurtful.
Yeah.